welcome to another edition of Totally Awesome Fishing, where we get you the simplest fish we can on the simplest baits and some action to go with it. I'm here at a complex of lakes in Surrey. It's just a regular day to get water. There's other guys fishing here. I've only ever seen one fish caught at the moment. That's pretty quiet. But I'm going to be using something called a retro bait, which is a real old-fashioned bait. It's retro. It's called, now don't laugh, please don't laugh, it's cat food. Can you believe that? Cat food. But boy, is it good if you mix it up right. And let me show you how it is. We'll see if we can beat some of these other guys on the lake. I don't think it's going to be difficult. Self-raising flour. Tins of cat food. This is the Butcher's Classic, and as you can see, it's got jelly with ocean fish. Wow, that's a goodie. Full of vitamins and minerals. Second one, same thing, it's got trout. And the third one is jelly, but it's got haddock with it. Now we're going to mix these together and put flour with them to make a paste bait. But also, if you get this particular size, they're going to be in little cubes, thumbnail size cube pieces of meat, which you can also use. So there's actually two types of bait you can use in here, and then you've got the addition of the ground bait, which is quite important. Right, first with these tins, you're going to mash them up to make a little paste bait, right? We'll show you that in a second, but don't neglect the size of these cubes. Now look, set into that jelly are the pieces of fish. Now if I just prise one out, you can see that is absolutely a perfect bait on its own right. And there's like hundreds in there. So you can just break them out like this, break them out of the jelly, and each one, I just wipe that off, has a little bait in its own right, just there. You can see it. Beautiful bait. And look, it's squishy, very, very strong. And that could be haddock, fish, anything you like. So there's hook bait number one, which you can float fish in the margins very close. And then we're going to make some paste with it. I'll show you how I do that. Right, first job you need to do is roll those sleeves up. Get those rolled up because, this stuff absolutely reeks. So what we're going to do is put this into a bucket. But first, I want a bit of ground bait, and I'm going to use some fine particles here. It's bran. You can just see that powdered bran. I love using that. Tip that in the bucket. That's all gone. So you've got it right in the bucket there like that. Then you just break all your meat out, drop it all in. Now you can see there all those lovely particles. Let me just show. He says cutting his finger open on the can. Let me just show you all those cubes of meat there. Beautiful. All ready to use as hook bait. So empty this out. Do two of these. That's about enough. All you need. Put them all out. What you can do is keep some back for hook bait. And what you do is you wash these off in the water. I'll put these to a side and show you in a second. But get all these in there. Mix it all up. And obviously what I want to do is not waste this. I'm going to get some water in there as well and mix it up all together. Alright, here we go. We've washed all these off. Like as you can see, I've washed all the pieces of meat off, leaving lots of little cubes there I can work with. Each one's a hook bait. I'm supposed to be about the size of a chum mixer, but beautiful hook baits on their own. And then, aside from that, you can make yourself a paste bait. Now I just mashed all this up. You can see I've squashed it and mashed it all up there. But I'm going to add some of this flour to it, which is going to stiffen it. It's just regular self-raising flour, just the stuff the wife used to cook in. And you give this a good mash up, mix it all around, and it will bind it. It will start to bind up there. You might have to leave it for a few minutes to soak. Yeah, it's going stiffer already, look. Going stiffer already, as the actress said to the bishop. A bit more in there, I think. Now, when you've done all this, you're going to chuck the ground bait in. That's no problem. We'll do that in a second. But I'll give you a tip where you've got it. Oh, look how that's going. That's going beautiful now. Look at this, starting to really get gloopy. Now that needs to set up tight. So that's ready to go. So you've got double baits, cat food particles on their own, and you've got paste baits which you can make up to a nice gobby paste. Now listen, here's a secret. When you go to wash all this gunk off your hands, just do it really close into the margins, because the carp know the food are going to come in there, and they'll come in really close. And I'll tell you what, I reckon I might even be able to film it for you. Okay, we're all ready to go with the tackle now. We've done the bait. Bait's in the water. Avon rod, regular fixed ball reel, 5 pound line, bottom end only float, just on a bottom end only, as you can see it like that. So it sits up like that, it's locked, it's got a locking shot either side of it. Going to shot it down to about there. Now as a little tip, if you're fishing biggish baits like meat, I put another little shot about 5-6 inches from the hook just to hold it. And don't forget, if you don't lay the bait on the bottom, the weight of the meat will actually pull the float down and give you a false reading. So there's a little tip. So that's a float fishing rig. Put that one down, and the other one is, oh man, is it complicated. It is a fish hook, barbless obviously, and about 6 inches from that, a shot. That's all it is, just a BB shot. That's in case I don't get them on the float, because the float, don't forget, the line is vertical, so they could swim along and bump in the line. If they're doing that and they're a bit spooky or start missing fish, I'm going to lay this on the bottom of the shot, will just keep it down, so they've got that area from here to there, you know, about 6 inches that's clear. I think I've had enough of bait, I think I've enough talking tackle. I'm panicking. Let me get something in the water, see if we can show you this cat food actually does work. Right, I'm all ready, got the float there. Hook, when you get to this, I'm going to try, I've already seen fish moving out there, I'm going to try 2 pieces of cat food, and I'm just going to roll them around like this, look, just on the hook, just roll them around so they cover the bait up. I turn it and just leave it laying like that. It's going to be laying on the bottom. So, fingers crossed. Well, I've got my hooked up. I've missed a few, but this one's on the way and he's ripping it out. And this one was on the paste bait. Oh, nice, pretty fish this one, very pretty. Go, proof of the pudding. Just bring this one up to show you. That is a really pretty carp. Really pretty. Well, they call it a fully scaled mirror. That's a beauty. Took me a while to get it, but look at that beautiful tail. Orange, sign of a good quality fish. I don't know, 5 pounds, no world record. But on a float and an Avon rod, 5 pound line, and paste bait, and cat food. Meow. Yes, please. That one was a lucky one. There you go, it's a nice fish. Come out on the float, foul hooked in the tail, but it just goes to show you they're rooting around on the bottom there. Picking up the bits of sausage and all the other bits and pieces, cat food, all the meat. So get him back, see if we can get a bigger one. There you go. Now don't tell me that cat food doesn't work. There we go. Look at this one. Not a monster fish, you know, 5 pounds or so, but at the end of the day, I'm catching fish. I'm getting action. It's beautiful weather. Oh, let's get this one back. Because I have seen some big ones out there. This is a good fish. This is a nice carp. Peeling. I've got it on back wind as well. You can either run it with a drag Or you can do back wind like this. You can do, let it spin on back wind. It looks 8 plus. Oh no. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, bro. No, I don't like this. I don't like this game. Oh, so close. Oh, come on, it's digging. Taking it off me. Come on. I can't give it any more. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Yes. I'm just going to take this over, unhook it on the unhooking mat, and I shall pop straight back, and hopefully you'll be impressed with pieces of cat food. There we go. What do you think of that one then? That's a nice carp on that light haven rod, and totally awesome cat food paste baits. Get some on your hook, make it up, get it out of the water. I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. Let's get this guy back. Do you know what? I'm not packing up yet either. Very naughty. That's a beauty fish. Just took one up really close in on that free line, literally where I wash my hands off. He is going like a train. Nice fish he's going for the island. It's ridiculous. Don't matter whether I have cubes or paste, fish all the way. Come in, number 9. Everybody else has packed up, they've all thrown their bait in. The carp obviously know this, and that's why I'm able to catch them 3 inches where I wash my hands off, washed all that lovely cat food juice in the water. Yuck. I'll tell you what, I don't think this one's far off doubles. And I've dropped my line strength, I've gone down to 4 pounds, which I'm now wishing I hadn't. I'll tell you what, I think he's not far off a 10. Oh, that's got to be 12, maybe 10 to 12 pounds, that one. Oh, put him on the mat, I'll bring him back for you. Well, there we go. We finish on a whacker, and that fish was right in the margin, digging and rooting around. What a beautiful fish. I'd say he goes about between 9 and about 10, 10.2, 10.4, somewhere around about then, between 9 and 10 pounds. But what a beauty. And look how thick he is across the head. That is one chunky carp.